Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another product review. Got another Ryobi tool here we're looking at. And again, as usual, these are non-sponsored. I bought this myself. As you can see, this is a garage. This is not a commercial production studio where Ryobi or any manufacturer is sending me a tool so I can do a review on it. I bought this myself with my own money, as I have all my other equipment. And before we get into that, I know right off the top, somebody's gonna say, well, it's a chainsaw. Why would you buy an electric chainsaw? Why would you buy a gas one? Well, you're right. If you're buying a new chainsaw and you're going out to cut wood for the camp for the winter or for your house because you use a wood stove fireplace, I'd probably take a gas one with me simply out of convenience. I do have a plethora of Ryobi 40-volt batteries here from my snowblower and lawnmower and things. And yeah, you're not going to find a tree in the woods to plug your batteries in and charge it. You know, it says 90 cuts per charge. Who knows what that actually means? You get out cutting like 12 and 16-inch trees down. You may get 4 or 5 cuts per charge. I don't know. We're going to open it up and try it here in a minute. So you buy a gas one. Well, I have a gas one. I bought this. It's a Poland from Sears, Canada, about 15, 16 years ago. Now, Sears Canada doesn't exist anymore. And Sears was famous for putting their own product numbers on things. Well, we had an ice storm here a few weeks ago. I opened it up, tried to use it, because yeah, I haven't used it in 10 years. I did store it properly. I used stable, I drained it, I fogged it. But even that, at 10 years, I couldn't get it to go. So I got trees. I'm using my Sawzall, trying to cut chunks of trees down, having a good old time with that. Took it to a local shop. They looked at it and said, yeah, I don't know, maybe we can get you a carburetor rebuild kit. It's a funny product because, of course, it's being Sears. Probably better off to try and put a carburetor on it. Carburetor's $300, and then there's no guarantee that's going to fix it. For a chainsaw, I probably spent $269 on, so yeah, that's going to end up probably in a scrap heap. So we went back to the electric. Why didn't I buy another gas? Well, the house I bought that chainsaw for, we had lots of trees. The new house, I got just a couple in the front yard, and I wasn't even worried about a chainsaw until, like I said, the ice storm we had took a bunch of trees down. I did look at renting one because I know somebody may say that. My nearest rental place is an hour away round trip. So I'd have to get a full day rental, not a half day, because I've got probably 4 or 5 hours of the cleanup I needed it for. And yeah, I'd lose a lot of my rentals strictly on traveling. And the rental was like $200+ for the day to rent it. And then I had to buy, gotta get gas for it. I don't have a gas can because my lawnmower, snowblower, all that stuff are all electric. So I'd have to go, spend 20, 30 bucks, buy a gas can or whatever it is. And yeah, financially didn't make sense. This thing, $4.99 Canadian, yes, does sound like a lot of money for a chainsaw. This is the full kit. It comes with a 6 amp hour battery and a charger. I know there's a tool only kit for about 150 bucks less. The battery alone to buy it is almost 300 bucks. So truthfully, it's probably a good deal to buy it like that in the full kit if you don't already have a bunch of batteries. So now that we got the intro out of the way, let's get into this a little bit. So Ryobi 40 volt, high performance, more power than a 40cc chainsaw. I'd like to know what they use for backing on that. Over 90 cuts per charge. How big of a cut? Doesn't say. 32-inch cut capacity. 5-year tool warranty, 3-year battery warranty. And I know a lot of people talk about the lithium batteries. So that's one of the ones that came with my snowblower. I've had my snowblower 4 years. I've probably put maybe 50 cycles on it. Like, these things are probably good for 300 to 400 cycles. So that battery's going to last 25, 30 years at least, if not longer, if you treat it right. They're out here in the summertime. The garage is not heated. Wintertime, I take them inside. I have a spot in the basement I store them, because the biggest thing with batteries like this is temperature. Same with your electric cars. Temperature affects the battery. They're real hard to charge when they're cold, so I keep them in the house. And yeah, like I said, 4 years still going strong. And I expect to get a lot longer out of the battery, so I'm not worried about the actual batteries. So just checking out the storage case. So it's got a spot, actually it's nice, the battery actually drops in and locks right into the case to keep it under control for you. Save it rolling around banging stuff. I don't know if that's actually where the charger goes. It seems like a good spot that it sits. The only thing this doesn't have is a spot where you'd put maybe a liter of oil. You might be able to slide one down here. Okay, got the reservoir full of oil, nice and clear so you can see how much it is. And when it's sitting on its side, you can see there are level gauges kind of worked in there to get an idea how much oil is in the tank. Tank took about 1/3 of a liter to fill it. Got the battery in, and the bar is locked. What I just playing around with it here. This does look like this lock is an electrical cutoff. It simply doesn't put a brake on the bar like a gas one would, because if we release the safety and hit the trigger, nothing happens. So we'll release the lock. Sitting up here on the bench, nothing's in the way, it's good and clear. We'll release the safety lock and pull the trigger. Now, probably as loud as a gas-powered saw, maybe a little quieter. Definitely is a different tone. With any power tool like this, using it for long periods of times, highly recommend you wear hearing protection. I've got some. We'll put those in, get a pair of safety glasses. I'll put my safety shoes on, and we'll go and we'll grab a couple chunks of branch laying on the ground out there from when the tree fell down, and we'll see just how well this does. So, Ryobi 18-inch 40-volt cordless chainsaw. I only used it 4 or 5 times out there, just cutting some stuff. I did cut some big stuff, and I brought 1 inch to prove it. Put a tape measure on it. It's a 5.5-inch chunk of fresh tree that just fell a couple weeks ago. It's still green. I got sap all over my fingers from moving the thing in here, and it zipped through it just as well as a gas one would have. We get into a 12-inch, it might bog a little bit. And it's going to, of course, burn the battery down faster. But like I said, this is not what I bought it for. I didn't buy this to go cut 3 or 4 cord of wood to heat my house for the winter. I bought it for a quick and easy, maintenance-free thing to use around the house. And if you had a cottage, it'd probably work great at a cottage too. You need to cut a couple trees a year, trim up some firewood for the evening campfire. You got 120 volts handy to keep a battery charged. Probably a really good deal for your cottage. Out cutting wood for the house to heat for the winter, like I said, I'd still go gas. Anyways, I appreciate you watching the video. Like I said, this video is non-sponsored. I bought this myself, as I do all my other tools for my products. So you watching the channel gives it that little bit of support to help me do this. Anyways, until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.